guys my age and girls struggling with having aging parents.
When parents become your parent and you become an adolescent, they stop hugging you because that's the norm, right? And they can't hug anybody else publicly till you have a child. And that's the bond between a grandson and a grandchild, or grandchild and a grandparent, because it's the only next close thing to blood that they can hug. Oof. Right?
That's painfully poetic.
It's true though.
Sometimes you record a podcast and it gets so raw, and both the participants enter such a deep state of flow that you know it's going to be a legendary piece on the internet. This is one of those pieces. Irrespective of where you are from in India or where you live in the world, there's a lot of human value to be gained from this conversation. This kind of raw conversation is not a daily thing for any of us. It's one of those once in a year conversations you have with someone after a party is over or at a social event when things become extremely deep. That's what I tried bringing you through this chat with the legendary R. Madhavan. I was intending to unlock his mind completely for you all, and I think we've succeeded. Enjoyed a lot, learned a lot. His new movie Shaitan is now in theaters. Please go and watch it. But for now, make sure you enjoy this very, very, very heartfelt episode of TRS. First and foremost, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Very sweet of you.
I can finally speak to you openly. I was holding back so much from speaking to you because there's a lot I wish to talk to you about.
I'm so looking forward to this.
There's a lot that people know about you. There's a lot that people think about you. And I'm hoping that we reach those places of your mind in today's conversation because I'm deeply fascinated by you.
This is very interesting. I'm very flattered, man. Thank you. I'm so looking forward to it too. I've seen your shows, and I think by far some of your questions are very intelligent and very well researched. For anybody who wants to be having a conversation, it's sheer joy.
Okay. Yeah. So what's up in life?
Right now, the release of Shaitan is probably the most encompassing activity, and we are very pleased with the outcome so far. We've tried something different, and to see the people react in a, let us say, a better manner than we expected them to is very encouraging, man.
Is there a movie that changed the direction of your life?
Oh, yes. In more ways than I ever imagined it to.
Go on. Which movie was it?
Rocketry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like now.
Yeah.
I assumed you'd say something from your teenage or...
No. I can't tell you how excited I am saying that it is something as late as even Shaitan, for instance, or Rocketry, because I'm still growing, man. I feel a childlike enthusiasm and inquisitiveness in my career and in my life even now. If there's an AI that is coming up with a new tool, wow, I want to know what it is. And I might not be able to use it or be intelligent enough to apply to it completely, but knowing about it makes me feel excited. So yeah, absolutely. And Rocketry dramatically changed my life, and in many, many ways. I can write a book on it. But it just got the biggest impact it had on my life was it made me understand who I really am and what I'm capable of, which I had far underestimated before I started Rocketry.
Expand like this whole thought.
So I'm going to start with a very basic level of it, okay?
Sure.
So I've never directed in my life. I've never actually sat in and my team will vouch for it. I've never sat in an editing room or known what editing is, or how to instruct a music director on how to compose the music, or to tell the VFX guys how to do the VFX, or how to tell the editor also how to edit, right? I was not expecting to direct Rocketry. One of the jumps that I was making in my career was writing the script and screenplay, which I've never done before and I've never trained to do. But I ended up writing the story and the screenplay for Rocketry. I wanted to act in it and do a biopic. The biggest challenge in the way I had written the script was it comes a crucial point in the climax where I, as Nambi Narayan, fade away and the real Nambi Narayan comes in, and it has to be seamless. It is a biggest risk I took. I felt really angry that the industry and the people didn't recognize the efforts going behind that moment. But to hand over the baton to him at a very crucial emotional high and not have the audience gasp saying, oh, it's the real Nambi Narayan, but to assume that that's what should have happened anyways, and then go along with the emotions. So the amount of prep it took for me to be the real Nambi Narayan and then fade away quickly. Or the fact that 1 month before the shoot was to start, I'm writing this, I'm producing this, I'm directing this, I'm acting in it, and I'm doing it in 3 languages, live sound in 8 locations around the world. And another huge cap is forced on my head, helmet sort, which is to direct the project. And I've never, ever commanded a set or shot a small reel on my own or edited it or put music, nothing. I just was picked up and thrown in the deep end. And I had to direct this movie.
Like a big challenge at this point in your own timeline.
It's not even a challenge. It's horrifying. You won't know the true meaning of mania and fear when you stand on that set and 150 people are ready to pass judgment on you because they think you're making the biggest mistake of your career. Not only is so much money in there, you're acting in it, you're directing it, you're producing it, and you've written it. And you're doing it in 3 languages. And the biggest lesson on how to handle stress in my life was kind of given as a boon to me before the first shot of rocketry, because I was so nervous. I felt sort of like what Arjuna felt before Krishna started the Updesham, and I was standing there and I was wondering, what am I thinking, Maddie? How are you going to do this? This is ridiculous. You don't even never called action or cut in your life. And I don't know what I was doing. Some friend of mine from Los Angeles called, and I was ready to give up. And I was ready to say, you know what, guys, this is stupid. I don't know how you're not able to see how stupid this is, but this is stupid. Let's just call it off. Let me just regroup and find a director to do it. And he called at the right time and he said, Maddie, you're already there, man. What are you going to lose? Put the camera, just take one shot. Just take one step at a time, one shot at a time. If you think you're still not getting it, cancel it after the end of the day. But take your first shot now. And I said, you know what? Okay, you're right. That makes a lot more sense. And then I took my first shot. And as I took the shot, I saw